My dream growing up, playing Little League Baseball, was eventually becoming the left fielder for the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field. That was my dream. But my dream became a nightmare when the Dodgers left, of course. If you were in a room with Hitler, Stalin, and Walter O'Malley, and you had a gun with 2 bullets, who would you shoot? If you were a Brooklyn Dodger fan, you'd shoot O'Malley twice.
Welcome to Brooklyn's Fields of Dreams, Brooklyn College's current exhibit about Brooklyn baseball.
My name is Ron Schweiger. I'm a retired teacher here in Brooklyn. For the last 24 years, since 2002, I've been the official historian for the Borough of Brooklyn, appointed by Marty Markowitz in '02. I retired from teaching, but I'm still teaching because I teach a class here at Brooklyn College on Brooklyn history in the Brooklyn Lifelong Learning Program.
I'm Doron Levy. I collect Jewish baseball. I'm a proud alumni of Brooklyn College, 1984. And I saw that Brooklyn College was doing Brooklyn Field of Dreams, which is a history of Brooklyn and baseball. And I said I must add some of my collection to the exhibit.
What drew you to baseball history in Brooklyn?
Well, my first game, I used to watch the games on black and white TV in the 1950s. That little screen was about this big on the TV set. It was black and white, no color at that time. And my father took me to my first baseball game at Ebbets Field. I think it was in 1953 when I was 8 years old. And we were sitting, I think maybe 7 or 8 rows behind the netting. And I'm holding my father's hand, and as when we walked up the ramp, and since it's field level seats, you just walk up one ramp and there's the field. We got to the top of the ramp, I stopped short, and my father goes, "What's the matter?" And I pointed and I said, "The grass is green." He goes, "What are you talking about?" He said, "On television, everything's black and white." It was the greenest grass I've ever seen. And over the years, over the many decades of the memorabilia shows that I've gone to, wearing Brooklyn Dodger shirts and hats and everything, other old Brooklyn Dodger fans also wearing their own Brooklyn Dodger clothing had the same exact feeling. They said they never saw grass greener than that at Ebbets Field. My memories of going to quite a few games at Ebbets Field as a kid never left me. I played Little League ball, and my batting stance was Jackie Robinson's batting stance, holding the bat up like this, because he was my favorite player. So playing Little League ball, that was my batting stance.
As a young man, I always loved baseball. And I don't know why, but my mother felt I needed a hobby. I was in my 20s. I don't know why she felt I needed a hobby. We watched Airplane, the first Airplane movie, and they had a cute gimmick. What's the smallest book in the world? Jewish sports players. Right now, there are 3 Jewish Hall of Famers: Sandy Koufax, Hank Greenberg, Al Rosen. Cal Abrams, okay, yes. He loved being a Dodgers. I'll start with his ending, sadly. He was buried in his Dodger uniform. He played for other teams, but he always wanted to be known as a Dodger. I think he lived, a few blocks away from Ebbets Field.
How did you get involved with this exhibit?
How did I get involved with this beautiful exhibit here in the archive section of the library? Well, Mary Ann and Colleen knew about my collection at home in my basement and wanted to set up a really great exhibit on the history of Ebbets Field and the Brooklyn Dodgers. And of course, I agreed. I said it would be a great idea.
I felt that I needed to add some things to the exhibit, like Sam Naham, who was a Brooklyn College alumni, who was not a great baseball player, but believed that African Americans should be playing baseball. He did not see why they should be stopped from playing it. And during the war, when they weren't fighting, he made African Americans and whites play baseball together.
What did you contribute to the exhibit?
I think the Sandy Koufax record is actually one of the cuter things. Is actually I gave you a record of his. It's a record of the no-hitter game he played, which is autographed by him.
What did I contribute to the exhibit? Lots of stuff about Brooklyn Dodger and Ebbets Field history. I contributed the 1955 Brooklyn Dodger team photograph, the World Championship team photograph. I have 14 autographs on it, including Sandy Koufax, who was a rookie in 1955. He was an unknown. The autographs that I have on there, I got from attending memorabilia shows. And Sandy's autograph was a very hard one to get because he made very, very few appearances. And the day that he was appearing somewhere, I had a previous commitment and I couldn't go. So I gave the photograph, and it's a big photograph, to someone that I knew. And I said to him, I said, go get Sandy's autograph. And I gave him the money for the autograph, which is the most I ever paid for a Brooklyn Dodger. It was $80. And this was maybe 25, 30 years ago. And he got the autograph. Another thing is a coaster. The coaster was made in 1955 by the Brooklyn Dodgers management. The Dodgers started the 1955 season, of course, not knowing they were going to win the World Series that year. They started the season by winning the first 10 games, 10-0. No other team up to 1955 had ever done that at the beginning of the season. The record was 9. So after the 9th game, the next day they were playing against Philadelphia. And the thing was Don Newcomb for the Dodgers and Robin Roberts for Philadelphia, 2 top pitchers. And they expected a sellout, except it rained all night, and it rained up to maybe an hour and a half before the game, and most people thought the game was going to be canceled for wet grounds, and Anyhow, the game was played, and only about 4,000 fans showed up, and the Dodgers were well ahead of the Phillies in the game already, and they looked like they were going to win that 10th game. Dodger management told the head usher, get the names and addresses of everybody here in the ballpark. And what they did was they had this coaster made up. It has a silver border, it's not real silver, and a glass bottom. And under the glass bottom is a picture of the Brooklyn Dodger hat with the B. And along the top of the border, it says Brooklyn Dodgers. Underneath the hat, it says record-smashing getaway streak. And it says 1955. And that was the beginning of the season. And of course, the Dodgers ended up winning the pennant. The Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Yankees met each other in the World Series 7 times. And the Yankees won every one of them except 55. 5-5, okay? And that was Brooklyn's year. The celebration was fantastic. It was like Christmas, Hanukkah, and July 4th rolled into one.
You can see Ron and Doron's contributions in the Special Collections exhibit area on the first floor of the Brooklyn College Library until November 2026.